Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Papa back here today to discuss Welcome to Plathville, Season 2, Episode 6.
Kind of slow.
You think so?
A little bit. No fighting or anything.
Well, it's like NASCAR. You just wait for the crash.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the ball to hit. Yeah.
Well, I think it's showing all of them a different side to them. Like Micah was a year ago as a country boy, couldn't wait to buy his own farm, but now he's skateboarding with some kid named Ashburn.
Well, yeah. I mean, they were friends first. We were friends for a while. From church.
But he started skating a couple months ago, and I think number one, it's really cool that he's getting outside his comfort zone and meeting different types of people. Number two, it's a really good exercise.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think at some point he says not to be prideful, and I'm like, your entire persona right now is nothing but prideful, sir. It just struck me as really kind of like, ironic, that would say something like that.
That's all you seen of him in that episode.
Yeah, again, I think they just try to keep everybody in every episode so that, you kind of see what they're up to, what's going on with them.
You don't forget about him.
But other people have a storyline. And then we're back to Ethan and Olivia's house, and you hear her mutter kind of to herself. She's making their giant bed.
Yeah.
This is really hard with one person. So obviously they make the bed together every day because she's never done it alone before.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like.
Not a very independent person, is she?
No. And then he says again that they're fighting for their marriage.
Again, I don't understand.
I don't. They're getting a couple's tattoo. If we were on the rocks.
Basically, she just branded his ass.
You think so?
Because, you know how we got tattoos. I didn't want to get a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, if you don't want a tattoo, get a tattoo. But put it where people can't see it all the time.
Yeah.
And I did. My bicep.
Because
the jobs.
You have to be careful about where you place things because of jobs. And
because of jobs.
I totally agree with that. Because when we took Mallow for hers when she was 17, I told her, put them somewhere. You might think you want them on your face or whatever right now, but she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But in the future, when you have a job, people will judge you. And so put them where you can enjoy them, but in your own time.
But she made him put it on his wrist.
I don't think made.
Well,
what do you think?
I do. Not to. She basically made him not make him, made him go get a tattoo. She guilted him into it.
Yeah.
I think. She's like, well.
Well, it speaks volumes. When he came home late from work without a call or a text, and maybe he was hoping it would be too late to go, and you could tell he really doesn't want a tattoo.
He even told her.
Because to him, it was almost almost like their wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a promise to each other, something special just between them, that would match and be theirs forever. And she has no concept or understanding at all of what it means to him, and the fact that he's willing to get one, even though he doesn't want them, to show solidarity with her, the acceptance of her, of what she wants, what she likes.
Every show has a villain. She's the villain of this show for right now.
And he even says that he wishes that she thought of his feelings. And I was like,
and that's big. That he would say that.
And he did. That was amazing. I was very proud of Ethan for that. But then she says she doesn't want to be boxed in when talking about the tattoo. And I'm like, if you make someone a promise that you will get a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch of your skin, leave it alone forever, and that's the only thing you have to not touch, that's boxing her in. And I don't understand the way this girl thinks. And
She's 22 going on 17.
oh, if that.
Yeah.
She's very immature,
Yeah.
very spoiled,
Very
very self-centered.
she's not independent at all. She's very dependent.
Yeah, even though she thinks, but she has to have somebody with her to be brave.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Yeah, it's a very good observation.
Yep.
And then the next segment's a little lighter. The little girls are in the kitchen eating boiled peanuts.
That's not light.
But I mean, at first they were like just sitting there giggling, having a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Eating their little thing. And then they were talking about Joshua the first time, really hear the story of how Joshua died, which is just terrible.
For the mom to be able to tell her daughters what exactly happened and not cry about it. I mean, outside. I'm sure she was
Oh, inside.
devastated inside.
Yeah.
I mean, she's gotten strong to be able to do that without even getting teary-eyed in front of her kids.
Yeah.
I'm sure the cameras went off right after that, and she just.
I'm sure she needed a moment.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean.
Because there's no way you can't explain that kind of stuff without crying every time. It's not like the poor kid was sick. You knew something was gonna happen.
Right. It was
I mean,
expected.
it was, you did it.
Yeah. I can't imagine the guilt and the shame and the anguish. There's the deep, deep, deep sadness. I can't even understand. And
I don't want to drive anymore because of it.
oh, stop.
No, seriously.
That's why I'm always
I'm
telling
going to.
everybody,
I'm going
like,
to.
because there's a lot of kids in our neighborhood, a lot of pets, and I know it's not the same, but our youngest children are our pets, and
that would be the
our constant, paranoia is that they're gonna get hit by a car. But
It would be the same thing to me.
can't even imagine like the how horrible it was.
I'm actually surprised that she told the little girls everything. I mean, not that what the baby died.
Yeah.
But that she did it. I was actually surprised that she did that, which is showing some growth, I think, on Kim's part.
Well, honesty, I mean, and let's be real.
She could have said it without being completely, totally honest. They didn't ask her. The kids didn't go, "Mom, did you kill the baby?" No.
Yeah, for my complete and total breakdown of my opinion of the Olivia and Kim situation, we're gonna have a short video or episode about that, and we're gonna go into that deep. And Papa is gonna give us all his awesome, because he's really like intuitive today. He's on the ball.
I'm not big with Olivia ever.
And I guess they did it just to show a different side of her, but Mariah's a really good runner.
Well, it doesn't take much to run. You just got to be in shape.
Oh,
Mariah's no, I see what you're saying. I know she was in the running like a sprint.
I just don't see her as athletic, I guess. I mean,
and
yoga is and flexibility is one thing, but like being a runner or like an athlete.
I think she's trying a lot of different things since she's older.
And that's the thing. I think it's great. And then the King and Queen of Hearts go, because after that they're going right back to Ethan and Olivia, and I laughed, I giggled.
Big show about them.
I giggled whenever Ethan said I'm getting inked, and I was like, oh my, big tattooed guy, now he's gonna have the lingo getting inked.
At least my tattoo's bigger than his.
Oh yes, it is. You're much braver.
Thank you.
Much bigger balls.
Yeah.
And then Barry and Kim are outside, and they're talking alone, and so all the kids are at the window going, "What are they talking about? What are they doing?" And talking about, because it probably brought Joshua up, if they asked about him, and so when they take their daily walk or whatever they do,
because they do that. I think you said like every morning or night, something like that.
Yeah, and they were talking about it, and I think it's great because I shielded the girls the kids when they were young from like death and things like that.
Like my pap, when he passed away, they had to
yes, and so until they're a little bit older, I never really involved them in things like that, like visiting graves or anything, because they're too young to understand, and I don't want them to be afraid.
Yeah.
You know, because with each kid, you just never know. It may give them a fear. So I was let's just wait till they're older and can understand better. And but I do like the fact of how open they are. Like when they're unless they're talking about something like really serious, like bad,
Yeah.
like they have every family conversation like in the open. They're not like, girls, go to your room for a little while we talk about this. I do like that. I respect that. Because you don't remember ever getting pushed off to your room when your parents had to have a chat,
Or even when they had friends over just to play cards.
and you had to disappear
I had to
because that was
disappear.
mom and dad time.
Yeah, me and my brother had to disappear.
Um, and I thought it was really sad that when you're talking about your dead child, that you have to wonder if your older children will come to the grave to visit.
I think Micah and Mariah will.
Well, I would hope
I
so.
think I'm hoping Ethan does. You know,
It would be nice.
without Olivia.
Now, if the situation were reversed and it was you going to the grave with your family,
No. There's no. We get along with my family. Okay. There's nothing.
your
You
family
don't.
tolerates me because we
You
see them
don't.
once every 2 to
You
4
don't hate my
years.
mom. My mom
I
doesn't.
probably love your mom.
See, that's different. Olivia does not like Kim.
No, but Kim claims to love Olivia.
Well, I'm not saying that she don't. I'm saying Olivia does not like Kim, so Olivia should not be there.
Okay.
Because Olivia's just going to stare down. She's not going to be there for the right reason.
True, yeah.
We'll see what
Um,
happens. If that's even on camera, you know?
yeah, because they like to edit the things and make things look different than they are sometimes. And I thought it was really sad and yet sweet that one of the very few times that Barry expresses an emotion, not on his face or on his voice, but verbally says that he equates losing Ethan to when they lost Joshua. Like he does like he feels like he's lost another son, and he's like, I'm trying not to lose another son.
Yeah, well, that's Ethan's doing, in my opinion.
Yeah, because to me, it seems like the parents, they love their kid, they're trying, but Ethan and Olivia won't even glance past their house to see if there's any changes being made. And then they bitch about how they won't change. It's that round and around we go.
Here's the thing, in my opinion, where that goes, Ethan is just as bad as Olivia. He can't see past the short skirt that his wife is wearing. All he talks about
Yeah.
is buttery nipples and sex on the beach, for Pete's sake.
I told you
Right?
he's like a 12-year-old
He needs
boy.
to stop being 12-year-old boy and put some big man pants on and put his wife in her place sometimes when it comes to his family.
Sometimes it's necessary if someone's
Yeah,
in the
I
wrong to
don't mean
help
that in a
them
bad way.
see.
I don't mean that in a bad
No, I
way.
know you don't.
I just want them to know I don't mean that in a bad way.
To help her, because sometimes you need to have an argument with your spouse before that other spouse will is able to like get it through their thick head. I am sometimes like that, and I get that about myself, and you get that about me, and sometimes vice versa.
But again, I don't think Olivia is your typical female. I think she's in her head right all the time, and
Everyone's out to get her.
there's no way to explain it differently to her.
So we find out that Olivia has a work trip coming up to California,
Yeah. Your
and
friend
I don't know.
Liv, innit? Was it Liv?
I think it was maybe.
Yeah.
And Ethan really, really wants to go. And I thought it was really, again, sad that Ethan's like, I promise I won't bother you. And I'm like, how often must she say that you bother her?
It's like, are you the husband or are you just
Are
the
you our
kid?
child?
Yeah.
Like that really that
Mommy,
kind of
I'm proud of
bothered
you,
me.
mommy.
Yeah, I just like that made me sad. Like
And
it
then
bothered me
and then she sat there quiet, like she didn't want him to go. It's like it sounds like she's gone a lot, okay, with her photography company.
periodically, yeah.
That's what it sounds like. And you can't take your husband once or
Well, like he
twice.
works too, and like he said, I've
Well,
got a
no, but
week
he
off
has a
of work.
week and a half off.
So he's like, so I'll take it and go with you. And
Yeah.
I get why he can't go there all the time, but yeah, not to even like say, hey, we're going to California. I know you want to go, and let's you see if you can come with me, kind of thing. And he said that the last year has been really tough, especially for him and Olivia. What again? This is the sweet spot, man. the honeymoon phase, I mean, it's pretty much over for Olivia at this point, but he loves her.
I really don't understand what they're talking about. I don't. When they're like, "Oh, we're having so many issues." Really,
Right.
what for issues are you having? You're
They never
22.
actually say anything except they
You're
blame shit on his family.
you're newly married. You got your own damn house. You got 6 damn cars. She's got her own job, her own business.
Yep.
I mean, what is there that could be possibly be wrong with their marriage that they're working on a marriage all the time?
Because Olivia is never satisfied.
Well, then get rid of.
And then Olivia was on the video chat with her friend, and they started making fun of him for not knowing what Joshua Tree is.
I don't know
Now,
what Joshua Tree is, to be honest with you.
it's just a town in California.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know. I thought it was just, well, it is a song by U2. I do know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's it. And he's singing about the Joshua Tree, I guess, from California. Well, I
Yep.
know is, but
But they shouldn't make fun. They were
no,
making fun of him, and I don't think that was nice.
no. I mean, I understand if he doesn't. I mean, not everybody's gonna know what the Joshua Tree is.
Yeah.
It's not like an everyday thing that you talk about.
No, and if you hear the term Joshua Tree, you think it's a tree.
Yeah,
But then we get to the lighter stuff, and we end with Max and Mariah.
that's pretty heavy, actually.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean,
Heavy duty?
that was her first kiss.
So
So,
here's the thing that I didn't like that seemed contrived
mhm.
to me. Um, Not very long ago, Max broke up with her because she didn't show communication and he felt she was closed off and wasn't ready to be in a serious relationship. Then this very short time later, like one episode, so probably the next week,
Mhm.
because she took him to meet her parents, she's shown all this growth that he asked for when he broke up with her. And then the other thing was to teach him to dance. But to me, that seems so contrived. Like, what did she communicate with you more during that whole week or whatever? How did she show growth other than taking him to meet the parents, which was a stipulation of being friends?
His teenage boy feelings got the best of him.
But he's like, what, 20 or 21?
I don't know.
But I mean, if he's a senior in college at this
Well,
point,
technically, he can't. She's 17, so that's not even a good relationship to be in.
oof, I didn't realize that. That's
Yeah.
true.
So hopefully, he's only like 18.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, here's the thing that got me. I know we haven't gotten there yet, but when she stopped to pray, she
Yeah,
stopped
like
to
the
kiss,
first
to
kiss,
pray.
and you can tell she was like in the moment, like she was very nervous. She was shaking. Obviously it's her first kiss with the guy she really, really digs in front of a damn camera, no less.
That would have scared me off.
Well, they're both from a religious background.
But it may not. If it had been not, if it had been like me, in the past, there's nothing
Like a
wrong.
normal guy
Like a normal man, normal.
who was not raised in a religious household.
That would have scared that person off. That
Well,
would
but she knew he was a religious person also. She knew that.
he looked kind of weirded out at first.
Well, I mean, that is kind of a strange thing.
She stopped him to pray. No, good for her. Good for her. She, that's her. That's her.
But then what she prayed was about how she had messed up and she wanted to be
She wouldn't be a better.
better and worthy of Max, all this crap. So that was very sweet.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. But then when he said, "Well, while you're praying, God said to me, that I need to help you," or something like that. Or something he said, "I need to be here for you."
Yeah.
And you can be there for as a friend.
But
Maybe that's
they're
what God meant.
back together though,
Maybe-
because they want to have the nookie nookie.
So
But did you also notice though that Mariah said that when she was 14, so not terribly long ago,
yeah, she thought it was though.
her mom, like, they paid for her to go to dance classes. It may not have been with people her age, but at the age she wanted to go, that was where, she was able to train at. But,
Yeah.
Anything these kids are interested in, like Ethan with the electronics and motors and things,
With the mama.
and her with the music and the dancing, and then Mike getting his cows. They allowed him to get cows and keep it on their property, and
And the horses too.
like Isaac with the aviation
Yep.
and all that. So to me, they do feed their kids what they're geared at. You know what I mean? And yes, I think I will always say that you need to pound the basics into your kids regardless because they're always going to need that no matter what field they're in.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think in that portion of their education and their individuality, I think they're doing a good job.
Yeah, I got nothing negative to say about the family right now, about the parents. You know,
Because your parents didn't really push education either. They're like, as long as you graduate, we don't care.
not as far as college goes, no. But as far as they wanted me to graduate, which I did,
Yeah.
and I had some college in me, thanks to you.
You're welcome.
I don't have a lot of college, just some.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's more than what any of my other family. None of my other family went to college.
Yeah.
So mom and dad, brother, none of them went to college.
I'm just saying, but you also came from a family that maybe was more excited about the extracurriculars than the actual schoolwork.
No,
Football games.
my dad made me do my homework. He then let me go to bed till it was done.
I mean, no, I'm glad they made you do it
Which has a positive and a negative.
because you hated doing homework.
You know, I was falling asleep at 10 o'clock at night at the kitchen table.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe you should have done your homework earlier.
maybe I should have.
I'm that parent. I'm like, you should have done it earlier. Get that shit done.
My dad had to check it. So I take it over to my dad. He checked it, and I'd be like, "Oh, come on, please be all right." He's like, "You missed this one. I'll go back and do it again."
Well,
So-
I would have made that happen. Like
Maybe this is why I got like a mental block in my head when it comes to test.
maybe because you're always like just wanting to go to bed.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, that I think is gonna do it for season 2, episode 6 of Welcome to Plathville. I hope you guys had a good time.
You know, we should have had a show back when I was a kid called "Welcome to Papa Philly Familyville" or something.
Just
Just about the family.
Plathville.
Papa, there you go. Welcome, yeah, welcome
That'd
to
be easier.
Papaville. There we go. Yeah, welcome to Papaville. I most of the name, but welcome to Papaville, and then it had like a show about me growing up.
That would I think it's interesting, but I like hearing people's stories, so
Yeah, it probably would be interesting. They probably TLC would have probably had a spice in it up soon.
probably.
My mom falling off the tractor as she's trying to cut grass probably isn't enough.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we'll see you guys next time when we cover season 2, episode 7 of Welcome to Plathville. Until then,
subscribe,
spay and neuter your pet.
subscribe,
Please wear your seatbelt.
subscribe,
I guess I'll say spay and neuter or use your turn signal.
subscribe,
And please, y'all be kind.
subscribe.
Bye.